it's tea time here with another speed build. This is another one of my starter build series with limited packs. This time we're playing with Outdoor Retreat. I really wanted to build this in Granite Falls. Outdoor Adventure? Outdoor Retreat. Outdoor Adventure. Anyway, I really wanted to build this in Granite Falls. But, I always want to sim in my house so I can actually check it out. Not just get it in cinematic mode, but also to, you know, check if it works a lot of the time. And especially for these limited builds where I only have like 20,000 or whatever, it's easier to just grab a sim because you know you've got the right amount for a starter home. So anyway, I've made this in Windenburg instead, which is a completely different pack. And if you're doing limited packs, it seems completely stupid. Maybe I should have done it in Willow Falls or something. But anyway, this is where I've done it. It's irrelevant. It's a 20 by 20 lot. You can dump it on a 20 by 30 lot if you like. It's just a little cabin. I think it's pretty cute in the end. Anyway, how was your guys' Christmas? Assuming, of course, you celebrate Christmas. Did you do anything fun? Did you spend time with your families? Do you not have families to spend time with? I understand some people have pretty horrible time at Christmas, and if that's you, yeah, my heart goes out to you. It can really suck. Yeah. But I hope things look up for you in the future if that's the case. But if you did celebrate Christmas, you had time with your family, that's awesome as well. And yeah, it was my daughter's second Christmas, but the first one she was sort of actually paying attention because she's about 1.5 now. And oh boy, like, my family gave her so much. So she kind of got a bit spoiled this year. And it's funny how kids act different to you and what their priorities are. She just didn't really want or need anything that she got, and she'd open one and play with it for ages, and you'd be like, here, here's another present, and it was like, oh look, another one of these things. But yeah, it just didn't matter to her in the same way, you know, some people get really excited about presents. She's not at that age yet. It was just very interesting, I guess, observing that. It's very new for her. I think last year she really wasn't paying attention at all. Yeah. Oh well, I hope you guys had a good time. I really do. Yeah, New Year's coming up. How do you guys celebrate New Year's? We're in Sydney, so sometimes we go and watch the fireworks. They're pretty good in Sydney. It's a lot of taxpayer money got there. For something I don't think's necessary, but I don't know what we're going to do this year. Often we go and watch the fireworks near my mum and dad's place, but I don't know what we'll do this year. Anyway, with this little build, I just thought I'd keep it simple. I looked up some pictures of cabins, and yeah, very basic triangle roofs, definitely some kind of porch or wooden veneer with maybe some brick or something. That's sort of what I thought I'd go with, and I think it looks really cute in the end. Anyway, I got given for Christmas a webcam by my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. So I don't know. Do you guys think I should be doing face cam? I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I have for a start, I've been trying to work out what's behind me, like a backdrop, I guess. I mean, I know it's not really important, but for sound absorption and, you know, for a bit of character and who I am, maybe. I've been trying to figure out what to put on the shelves behind me. I've put some shelves behind me. Mostly right now, it's my books. Yeah, I love my books. I haven't been reading a lot lately. I don't know. I used to read a lot to get to sleep. I don't know if you guys do that as well. It was my thing, and I don't know, it's just turned into just watching YouTube and Netflix a lot lately. But I'd like to go back to the reading thing. Yeah, I do miss my books, and it was such a good calming way to get to sleep. But yeah, so I've got a webcam now. Pretty excited because I know I want to do face cam at some point, at least maybe on Let's Plays. So maybe you guys let me know if that's something you want to see, or when you want to see it. I'm sure I'll do it at some point, but I don't know if now is the right time, but I can maybe play with it a couple of times on a couple of different videos and sort of see how it goes. It means I have to actually put a bit more effort into how I look and get up and actually get ready. Look like a slob otherwise. Yeah, don't have any lighting or anything, so it'll be an experience and a bit of an experiment, I think, considering I'm all very new to the whole YouTube thing to begin with. And yeah, just add that into the mix and it's a little intimidating. I don't particularly have issues with how I look. I mean, I'm like 32 now, so I'm pretty settled. What I've got's what I've got. And some of it's a little trashed by having a baby, but I don't care. I just don't care. I'm pretty happy with who I am. Yeah, which is nice. I think it's very nice. Not a lot of people, well, not everyone can say that, and it's hard for some people, kind of being yourself. That's really tough, having trouble with that. Yeah, but I'm quite glad and I feel very blessed that I guess I don't have that. Yeah, very happy. Most of the time, or at least with how I look. The rest of me is a big anxious ball of crazy. Yeah, a lot of social anxiety. So starting YouTube's great when you've got to talk to people and interact on social media and whatnot. Oh gosh, what am I doing? What am I doing here, guys? Anyway, I might actually talk about the build. So you can see it's very simple interior. I'm trying to section off a spot there to see if I could do the kitchen. I think in the end I just leave a lot of it open. Like a big one room, almost cabin, but with a little bedroom. I suppose it'd be nice to put a couple in here, a really outdoorsy couple who, I don't know, put it on a bigger lot, get a garden or a farm going, and then you can build a barn and sort of go from there. I mean, there's plenty to add on to with this, and even renovate it to make it modern. But yeah, I see I'm trying to put down cheap counters at the moment, and it's not really looking right, but I think I change it up at the end because I have a little bit of extra money, or at least I make a little bit of extra money, to put those industrial looking cabinets back in. I feel like they look like they belong in like a woodwork kind of workshop or something, and so yeah, I thought, yeah, that kind of suits. Here I am changing a lot of things to sort of a stone veneer. Love the word veneer or facade. I just think it looks better, more appropriate to some of the spaces. Yeah, it's really hard actually using some of the outdoor retreat stuff. I mean, ideally, I should have put like an actual tent somewhere. Oh, that would have been interesting. I could have done a really bizarre, interesting build. Maybe I will at some point still. Maybe I can go back through the series at some point and make something very different. But for now, this is what I've done. It's a bit more of a classic starter home anyway, and I guess that's what I wanted to do with the challenge. For now, it's just make something that's just basic, there, usable, expected a little bit. Something you can just grab off the gallery and just throw into game and be pretty happy with how it functions and whatnot. But yeah, I like this. I feel like a really friendly little sim would live here. Maybe they have the loner trait, but a few closer friends when they travel out to town. I feel like they could be a fisherman. It'd be really nice if there were a lot more decorative items that came with the pack to make it look like that. I definitely have to go back through and make bigger houses with a lot of the packs, simply because there's so many things I can't put in because of the limited money, and it's, yeah, it just makes it very hard to do something that really expresses what the pack is about. So I feel like I did okay for this, but being a starter home, it is harder to do anything with character, and I think that's the real challenge with a starter home, is to make something that has character. Yeah, but I like it. I mean, I'd put a little yeah, outdoor loving sim in here pretty happily. I'd definitely put it on a bigger lot, although I do love this slot in Windenburg. I love putting really small modern houses here, actually. Almost like a high-end recluse. Somebody who doesn't really want to be amongst the rest of society as much, but likes the material aspect of it anyway, with maybe a higher paying job, but likes things simple but clean and modern. I've done that before as a playthrough with a couple of Sims, and eventually they moved to a bigger place with some kids on the island in Windenburg. Yeah. What's your guys' favourite place to build? I have to say this is probably my number one. I do love Willow Creek as just a general default, but the island here in Windenburg and also the big sort of rural area, oh, they're just beautiful. Beautiful to look at, and nice lighting, and yeah. This island, I started a really fun playthrough once with like a runaway teen, but she kind of she was outdoorsy, so she did fishing, and she was on one of the lots on the Windenburg Island right down near the sea. And when you take things away from that lot and change, you know, basically it's not really a proper house anymore, it's just a lot with maybe a tent or a little cabin or whatever, it changes the feel of it so much. And it was in autumn, and it was just, it was so almost dark and lonely but beautiful. And I just loved it, I should try and find it and show you guys, just because it just felt so good, it felt so nice. Anyway, here I'm trying to make a bit of a living space. I put a tiny bit of a wall there to get a bit of separation. I don't think I end up putting a television in. I don't feel like a television is necessary in some houses, and I don't like putting it in all the time because I don't know, I think I like varying my Sims. It's just so easy to put a TV in and they'll watch it for sure, but I like seeing what else they might do with some of their characteristics and likes and so on. If a TV's not there, so here I'm changing a lot of the windows up on this side because I want to put in a little bit of a fireplace. So I have to move these all the way up, I think. I don't remember what I do. No, I'm sure I take out half of those windows in the end because I don't have enough money. Whoops. It's so hard working with the restraint of the money thing. There's so many things I know I could have done. Like, I think you'll see me trying to put like an actual chimney. Yeah, one of these in there. They make smoke, so it just adds a beautiful feel. But in the end, I don't know if I actually get one in there because money. Yeah, money is always the issue. So yeah, I don't know, maybe as a fun series I can come back through and renovate and upgrade these buildings in my starter series. And yeah, just see maybe the sim has a little bit more money and they're still living on the same plot of land, and I don't know, maybe some of them have kids or whatever, and we can sort of see what it might look like, still with the restrictions, but with a bit more money. Yeah. Anyway, I really love some of the base game bricks. I have to say that some of my favorite to put on the outside of a house, on columns, things like that. I'm trying to match the green of the bed here. Like a complete waste of time, and it looks stupid. I don't think I end up doing it. I think I just leave the brick. Yeah, very likely. But I think I see this little living space as a sitting and a reading space. I don't know if I leave that second chair. I don't think we have enough money in the end. Yeah. Man, the money restriction's just the hardest part. And that's the thing I really struggle with, is I just want to fill out the spaces and make them feel homely and finished, and I just can't unless I do it super small, because then you're saving a little bit more money on the actual building part. But yeah, well, I mean, it doesn't leave you much to work with later. Here I am changing these bench tops up. They make it look so much nicer. Just changing those benches does so much. I think we're changing colors around a bit. Still very natural and woody. But the blue adds a bit more color. Here we are changing some lights, I think. Oh, here we go, a dresser. A dresser, I wanted to put a mirror in. I think I'm about to change a few things to get a bit more money. I honestly cannot remember what I did though. We start putting lights in before I change. I don't remember. How good are those ferns from the base game update? Yeah, I really love them. The ferns from the base game update. the ones that came with what, the Caribbean sort of stuff. Those are gorgeous. I think they're one of my favorite plants. The thing is, they're so bulky, like their leaves go everywhere, that it often ends up clipping through walls. It's annoying. I'd love to be able to use them in more places. Often I find I have to size them down to be able to use them, because otherwise they're just intrusive. Yeah, but I like it where it is. It just fills up that space. Here we go, putting some little lanterns around. Yeah, they're a cute little thing. I don't think there's any other, like any kind of other electricity in this house. I would have loved to have put the stove from the vampire pack in this little house, in this little cabin, but we're doing restricted packs, and yeah, that'll probably be in the vampire build, I guess. I love that. That's one of my favorite packs for interesting decorative things, but I guess we'll see when we get there. So here I am, I think, trying to figure out how the roof is actually looking, and I can't remember how, but I know I get a bit more money, so I can do, here we go, I'm cutting this right down. So those are little single pieces, simply for decoration, because getting rid of those windows and the extra wall space, I think gives us quite a bit more cash, a couple of hundred, which lets us put in another couple of little lamps and decorations. Oh good, I put the plant back in, and yeah, there we go, some hanging lights. Okay, so I do put those in. Yeah, it makes it feel a bit more complete and homely, I think. As it was very restricted. Oh, okay, that's where I put the bed. I mean, you can move it if you want a couple here. Oh no, I put it back. I do not remember. I just want some artworks. Oh, that would have made it. I mean, it might be nice to have a sim that's, oh, a photographer. Oh, an outdoorsy photographer. And they could use all those blank wall spaces to display all their nature photography. And I wish there was wild animals in this game. Anyway, we are going to finish up. I'm just finishing the terraforming here, guys. I have shot screenshots for you in a second. I'm using a lot of the outdoor ground in the terrain manipulation and decoration. But yeah, here's the screenshots. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you all later. Bye!